Welcome to BFFs with Dave Portnoy, Josh Richards. Josh, say hello so we know.
What's up, everybody?
There it is. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe to BFF's YouTube channel. Full video podcast, clips from the show. This is actually designed, I think, as we go along to be like a YouTube show, almost more than a podcast.
I feel like people just love the video part.
Yes, and we are making fun of people, how they look.
Yeah, exactly. We're making fun of people's looks. They need to see that.
And ours included. So like, subscribe, make it makes a difference. Let's get into it. Today's show. Okay, another episode of BFFs. Josh, Brianna, and me. And before we get into it, I owe Brianna an apology because we put out the clips and we didn't tag your ass.
Didn't tag me. People were mad in the comments. Too.
I saw it.
I did see that. Yeah. People were getting a little pissed.
Yeah,
we weren't tagging her, Dave.
Yeah, well, a couple things that people gotta understand. First of all, I don't post those. And when we get into the Sway House like cleanup, because we have TRISHA Paytas on the show, and this is kind of, I guess, the thought process for us getting guests is like, all right, who's big in the social media world, causes waves, introduce a new audience.
Fucks up a lot.
Correct. Yeah. We have a bunch of people in the room. For those who don't know, it's like myself, Brianna, and then we got three guys who helped me with social. Paul, who has been like Gaz, who's basically the first guy I've ever hired. He's been with me for like 2 decades. He worked out of my kitchen. We got this guy, Kareem, who is, I've compared him to like a bad guy in like 24. Like he's devious on the internet. He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
And he actually is running the BFFs like social. And he's
so he's doing all the memes.
Correct. No. We have
okay.
We'll get as we get into the show later, we have a meme guy, and we have multiple, but we actually a guy hired just to destroy people with memes. So we have a whole team.
Okay.
And people get a little confused because they think everything coming from BFF is coming from me, and it's not.
Well,
like Bryce
at the start they thought it was coming from me.
Correct.
People were like, I'm the one doing all this stuff, and I was like, whoa, guys, no.
And neither am I.
Straight. It's not me.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
We're doing this show, and then we have social people like, all right, let's make waves. So on that, I wasn't the one who didn't tag you, Brianna.
Okay. I figured.
I think
Brianna, I think I didn't tag you because I do post my social media. I just didn't know your at. I'm so sorry.
Wait, no, it wasn't you.
I think I posted a clip with her in it. I don't know if I tagged her or
and
not.
Everyone was tagging me like, why isn't Josh tagging you, Brianna? And I'm like, I don't know, man.
See?
Okay. And to our defense, when we started this, I brought in 2 other employees who work here, Tommy, and who's that little squeaky guy? Sasquatch, who is also...
Squeaky Sasquatch, baby.
Yeah, he was also a TikTok guy, and it didn't really work because they were like talking over us, and there were too many. And then we have Brianna, who's relatively new here.
Yeah.
Like how long?
I mean, I just moved to New York, so full-time like a month ago.
And you made your name on TikTok.
Yeah.
So we brought you in kind of like, all right, we need somebody in the chair. We didn't even have a camera on her the first time. And I think, I haven't talked to you, she fits. Like it makes the show better.
No, I think so. I think so too. I think she adds a good like female perspective too, because sometimes it comes a little too broy, I think. So it's good to get this.
So I think we have like the BFF team here. Anyways, you're tagged, you're part of it. We don't have to change the logo because the logo didn't have us in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving along. I got in a major dust up with your boy Bryce.
Y'all were beefing.
So
just straight beefing left and right.
The background on this, it all sort of, well, first of all, Bryce was already mad at me/Alex when we had Alex on, and Alex said he looked like Sid from Ice Age. And even when we met, I looked around at the Sway Boys, and no offense to him, I didn't think he cared. I'm like, oh, you're the worst looking of the Sway Boys.
You did call him out on it, but I feel like, did he say something back to you right away there or no?
No, he didn't really seem like he cared. He kind of laughed it off. And again, why would he care? He's dating Ashlyn Ray. He's like, everything's going.
And I mean, obviously, he could just also go to his comment section and be like, oh, this girl thinks I'm attractive.
Totally.
Oh, this girl thinks I'm attractive. Oh, this comment that says I'm hot has 10,000 likes.
Totally.
You know what I mean? He could get a boost.
It wasn't something where I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. And I was just, whatever, we were shooting the shit. So Alex comes on, Sid from Ice Age. And then we wanted to have him on that week, and he wouldn't do it. And we talked about it on the podcast, and we're like, okay, that's a little weird. He's being soft. he also was in a beef with Lil Yachty because Lil Yachty was talking about Addison Rae and they were going back and forth.
Yep.
This is where, full circle, he gets a little confused. Kareem, who does the BFF social and is like a ninja, and his job is let's get people talking. What he did, I believe, was make a fake, you made like a fake screenshot of Lil Yachty liking.
No, Bryce Hall listening to the Lil Yachty song where he talks about Addison Rae.
Bryce Hall listening, okay, to the Lil Yachty song.
Right. On Spotify, you can see what your friends are listening to, so I made a fake Bryce Hall listening to the song that Addison Rae was talked about it. Like, he was mad about it, but he was also listening to it.
Got it. And then you write this you, question mark, eyes at Bryce Hall, pretending to, like, listen to the song. This made Bryce very mad.
Yes, very, very.
So he...
I mean, I get it. It's like, it's a song where a guy is talking about getting with his girlfriend. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if a guy was trying to get with my girl in a song.
Right, but you know it's fake, right? You know that's like a fake thing if you didn't listen to the song.
He's a rapper. Like, that's what rappers do. There's
right.
no need to get
I think it was also, like, made, like, 4 months ago. I think that's where it got lost in translate. Like, they weren't together when Yachty made it. So I think that's what Yachty's point was like, dude, like, I don't have beef with you. It's just, like, she was famous, so I rapped about it.
Correct. So we make this thing pretending Bryce Hall is listening to this song, and Bryce Hall, and I was on an airplane when this happened, by the way. All of a sudden, my team's like, hey, you're in a beef with Bryce Hall. I'm like, what? So he tweets, he didn't tag me.
I was too. I was flying back home that day. I didn't see this till I landed.
Yeah, because I texted you. I was like, you see what's going on with me and Bryce? You're like, what are you talking about? And I sent, I sent you the tweet. So, Bryce, you're a very sad old man. No tag, by the way. You didn't tag me. Kind of weak. You're a very sad old man, Dave. Creating a podcast with an 18-year-old as a 50-year-old man for clout is an embarrassing enough insult as it is. ... Don't even need to come on your shit podcast, nor even roast you. LOL.
Couple Dave, so why are you trying to get clout off me, man?
Right. The clout.
What the fuck is that?
And let's be honest,
my clout.
This was like an even collaboration. This is like, the original was like, hey, let's do something from Gruen, which we'll get to. So it was for both of us, but you can't say I'm not even going to roast you when you're trying to roast me in the middle of a tweet. That's your roast. You're roasting me. 50.
The 50 was the roast.
50 burgers tough. I'm 43. So there he is. He sends that.
My dad got offended by that comment because my dad is 50, right? So when Bryce was throwing that one around like it was just like this big insult, my dad was kind of like, that hurts.
But that's his only insult ever to anything is your age.
And it's crazy. Now, he had the benefit because he does do a podcast with this guy, Pomp, who I love. I love Pomp. Yeah. We're friends. So I didn't want to like go at him for I don't know how old Pomp is, but he's not young.
No, I don't think he's that. I don't know how old Pomp is. I love Pomp.
Me too.
I like them both. Like I like Bryce and I like Pomp. So I'm in a weird situation here where it's like my two BFFs are beefing with each other. It's like this weird thing.
But what is wrong with him? Why is he so like? Even you're like, yeah, I don't know why he's not just having fun with it. Like, why is he taking it so personally?
I can't convince. I don't know what it is. I literally don't, because I see Griffin react to it, and Griffin jokes around. Right. Like Griffin is tweeting back at us with memes and everything like that, and that's where I would think Bryce would go, or at least he would roast us and make fun of us, but it was like a mutual roast.
No,
right?
He's mad.
It wasn't. Yeah, there's something more than just like the mutual play roast. So I don't really know where to go with it. I'm thinking like insecure. We need like outside.
Very insecure.
We need like Dr. Phil.
Yeah, he has to be insecure. Bryce has to be insecure. That like Brianna, you can't get. And then he gets mad about. And I don't know if you've seen the original video. I had this video ready for everybody on BFFs. Let me give you the background. This video came across my desk like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And it was just a video that was floating around on like YouTube and Facebook. And it sort of was going viral and it sort of wasn't. But people sent it to me And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And this guy is the Vin Dog. And he was when this video was made, he was a shop teacher in Massachusetts. He had worked in a high school for like 40 years. And his son made this video of him because this is what he did in his spare time. Vincent Levine. So this was just a Facebook like documentary that the family
So this
made.
is who we have that Bryce really has beef with. This is the guy Bryce actually pretty much has
one
beef
of
with.
them. Yes, play this video and let's show who Bryce Hall is getting mad about.
60 posts a day in my prime, which is very easy for me to do. I mean, really and truly, if you're on for 4 or 5 hours, it's only like 10 posts an hour. I have a folder on my computer just full of memes, and I can just go to that folder and open it up, and there they are. There's all my memes. A lot of times in a meme war, it's about speed. You got to get to your memes quick. If you can't get to them quick, you're useless. They'll just keep blasting you with memes, and you can't fire back. You have to know where your memes are. I can have a meme war with anybody and destroy them. And I've done it. And people actually bail at the end and go, who is this guy? He's got like every meme ever produced on the internet.
This video is a meme. This is a meme.
I know.
Here.
So I saw that.
Holy cow. I'm sweating from laughing.
And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And like I said, he was he was teaching shop in a Massachusetts high school for 40 years. So I reached out and I'm like, I want to hire you to be like my nuclear bomb of memes. So if somebody gets in a fight with me on the internet, I can just press the button and like the Vin Dog is on him. So he's like, are you serious? I flew and met with him like the next day. I think it was Thanksgiving actually. So I was home, met with him. He's like, do you really want to hire me? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I have a pension. I have all this stuff from working at a high school. It's like, just name your price, Vin Dog, and I'm going to hire you. And we legitimately hired him. He gave us 2 weeks notice to his like high school kids. And so this is when I get in something with like Bryce Hall, I just press, attack. And now this guy's memes are what make him.
You can't beat him.
And they're like G-rated. They're like the most benign things ever. So it's almost the joke, and it's unintentional, but they're so like cutesy almost that it works. And now this guy has done things that no one else does. He does live action memes where he like will take his kid and he'll grab his kid and like flush his kid's head down the toilet, and then he'll put like Bryce's Hall head on his kid. So it's like this whole world. Bryce Hall didn't.
So he's really putting his kids through.
Yes. He'll like
memes.
make his wife go like do something, like go step in shit, and then like,
oh my god,
he creates them so they're memes that don't even exist anywhere else.
So he literally has every meme in the world. He has, and more that people can't even get.
He has memes that nobody like. Look at this. See, look at this video right there. That's like he made his like kid. Can you show that?
Put your head in that toilet.
There's a Bryce Hall one. So that's the.
Oh, so he did it with he just put Bryce's after he gets them, he can just keep putting faces on them.
Correct.
Kids.
Exactly.
That's why they're called
so
kids.
he has a million.
Love me, right?
Like do this. There's the shit one.
God.
Oh no, I just step in shit. Oh no, that's just you.
So
dude, I feel bad for laughing. But what I want to say is I got hit with the Sid the Sloth thing forever.
Yeah,
like I was made fun of for looking like Sid the Sloth from the time I was like 14 to like recently. I don't know how it got switched to Bryce. Thank God the Sid the Sloth meme is off my back. But I literally would get comments after comments. Like people would be like, "You look like Sid the Sloth." So like I get it. I can feel the pain of being like called, Sid. But I mean, it's a joke.
But even the stuff with like, all right, so we just showed the Vin Dog there, and those are the type of memes he's making, and he didn't find any. He like took it personal again. He tweets, guys, a team of 70-year-olds. He may be accurate there. Are making memes of me crying. I think I'm going to deactivate. My career is over. Like there's just zero like play along with it. It's,
you know, it would have been funny if he dressed up as like an old grandpa or grandma with like a cane thing, and then like had your guy's face edited on it, and then it was like he was like slowly going down to touch the like enter button to post the tweet. Like, that's funny.
Anything would have been funny, but he's not playing along. Even the virtue of the fact we can't get him on this podcast. And then you knew it was serious because I just tweeted when he's like, oh, you begged me. No, he said, we're doing this for clout and this and that, and he'll never be on the podcast. Even though Gruen, who like works with you and Bryce, had asked me to be on his podcast. So I tweeted that out being like, the tweet said, or the text from Michael Gruen was basically, hey, Bryce really wants you on the podcast. I had just done Pomp. So I said no. And then fucking Gruen gets in the mix. And Gruen, now for people that don't know Mike Gruen, this is like kind of the man. How would you describe him for people who don't know who he is? How would you describe him?
I would describe him as like our business partner. Like we do a lot of like companies together and just our brand deals and everything. So he's like a manager, but also a business partner.
Also, if you don't know him or you met him quickly, and I've come to kind of appreciate his obnoxiousness, he's top 5 most obnoxious humans you'll ever meet off the bat.
But it's like I love it. I kind of love the obnoxiousness that comes from Michael because it's different than it is from other people. It's almost like funny.
He's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
So I post it, and then he's like, just to clarify, you were talking to me, not Bryce. It's like, no shit, dude. I don't think Bryce refers to himself in the third person. Bryce would like you to come on my podcast. Oh, you mean that was someone else? No shit, Michael Gruen. And then we did the Simpsons emoji, and he's going back and forth. Turned into a whole thing. I don't know what's going on with it.
This is fucking awesome. This is hilarious.
Is everyone in the Sway house basically like, yo, Bryce, what do you like? Why are you getting so bent out of shape?
I don't know because I mean I left after this last podcast was released and everything like that. I haven't really seen the boys since, but I feel like they just don't even talk about the podcast. I don't even know. I think like it's like this weird like subject matter that just doesn't get touched on.
That's so weird.
Is it awkward for you at all?
Well, it's only awkward because like I feel like I get put in an awkward spot. It's like, do I go and be like, fuck you, Dave, don't talk shit on my boy? Because like that's usually how it would be, right? But then like at the same time, it's not coming out of hate. I know it's coming out of like just actually making like humorous jokes. But so it just throws me in this weird fucking anomaly where I don't know what the fuck to do.
I think we have the chance if we refine it and get the right clips, like adding Brianna was big. I think it has a chance. I mean, it's already fairly big, and we're doing it on like the YouTube's growing pretty quickly and the podcast numbers. So we have big podcast numbers, relatively speaking.
And we're all doing it remote.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes.
We're not even together, Dave. Like once that part comes into it too.
Yeah, and I think we've hinted at it. We have that merch drop. I think people are gonna be.
And I actually am wearing it under the hoodie or under my jersey right now. The merch, best merch I've ever
fire.
Like ever.
I think people are gonna be.
It feels like I'm wearing Supreme.
Yes. I think it's going to be very surprised on how much of that we sell when it drops. So we'll see. I wish we could get everybody involved. It would be better if like Bryce came on and the Sway guy's like,
oh, hell yeah.
Great. So maybe one day he'll get over it. All right, we got to thank our sponsor, No Days Wasted. They are our keynote sponsor right now, so support them. They make the podcast possible. No Days Wasted here to help you maximize life's moments. They're your new BFF. They just launched Hydration Replenisher, electrolyte drink mix with immune support, delicious watermelon lemonade mix to help you rehydrate, but also help support your immune system with vitamin C, D, and zinc. They use electrolytes from natural pink Himalayan salt. Replace your sports drinks with their low-sugar, tasty drink mix. Hydration anytime, morning, evening, exercise, or travel. As the days get shorter, colder, make sure you think about your immune system. Hydration Replenisher is here to help. Do you know vitamin C, D, and zinc are the most important ingredients that help promote a healthy immune system? 75% of Americans are vitamin D deficient. Just pour into water, mix, and drink. No Days Wasted offers risk-free purchase. So if you don't love it, they'll refund you on your first 15-pack box. We've got 20% off your order, free shipping in the U.S. Go over to nodayswasted.co/BFF and use the promo code BFF at checkout. That's nodayswasted.co/BFF. Buy it. It works. Help it. We're going to get some here on set, too, so we can show people what it looks like. Let's get back into it now. So, okay, we got that away. We're going to have Trish Paytas, who I've been told Like she's going to say shit no matter what that goes viral, and it's going to be like probably try to get us all canceled maybe?
Yeah. I think that we're really playing with fire here, Dave. Like it's like we could be burned pretty bad.
All right. Well, that's good, I think, because TikTok, who knows? Although they do take shit down quick on TikTok. Like when I started getting into it with Bryce, we had a couple TikToks that got deleted right away.
They're soft. TikTok's soft.
Okay. So I think she's joining the show right now. We have her. So Trish Paytas, is she there? And I've seen a little. I don't think she really has any clue what she's about to do. I don't know how much research she did on us, if any. There she is.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Trisha?
Oh, hi. Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Okay, cool. Yes, I can.
Okay, well, thank you for joining. Are you out in L.A.?
Yes, I am. It's early here. It's 8:30.
Yes, which is where Josh is. And it's, well, no, you're at home now, Josh. But
I'm back home, yeah.
Usually there. All right. So thank you for joining, Trisha. Do you have, I'll start with this. I saw a little bit, you used to have a podcast that I guess you canceled like recently, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to have it go today. We're meeting today to see if it's going to continue. I don't really know. It's kind of up to them. Like I want to continue, but I don't know.
Up to who?
It's like Ethan and Ela because it's on their H3 channel. So it's kind of up to them. And I'm the one that like cursed his like wife out. So I feel like they don't really know what to do yet.
Got it. Let's start with this because when we invited you on and do you have any idea who I am, Josh is, Brianna? Are you aware of us at all?
Yeah, I know you from the Call Her Daddy scandal. Like Impulsive talked about you guys a lot. So that's how I know you.
Okay, got it. So we asked you to be on the show, and then we have this clip here of this is the guy you do the podcast with. And let's start with that because he was kind of trashing me.
Wednesday.
Oh, I was asked to be on Barstool Sports.
Don't do it. No, he has one with like six. Dude, he has one that's pretty fucking weird, I have to say. With two like 16-year-old TikTokers.
That he's on
called like
that?
BFF or something.
Wait, what?
He hosts it with two 16-year-old TikTokers, and I find it really fucking weird. He talks about TikTok drama with little kids.
Now I'm not going to be invited on.
I'm just saying, I find it odd. I don't know. What's the deal with that guy? Is he good or is he a weirdo? Dave Portnoy.
I don't really know.
Maybe this is it. It's called BFF.
Yeah, that's the one with the 16-year-old TikTokers. It's super, in my opinion, it's really weird and cringy.
But it says Dave Portnoy and Josh Richards.
Yeah, he's on it. Every time I see a clip of it, I go, oh, that's fucking weird that he's on. Look at this. You're going to sit with a bunch of 16-year-olds.
Okay, let's not say 16 if they're 18.
I mean, why is he making a pot? Here's the other girl. How old is this girl? But don't you find it a little odd that this grown-ass fucking man is making a podcast with this 18-year-old kid and like
it's
this girl
on it, I guess.
Who's Nessa Barrett? How old is she? Why is this? How old is Dave Portnoy?
Okay, well, it's weird.
I want to get to the bottom of this. You're gonna go on the show. We gotta fucking vet him.
Is he?
Why does a 43-year-old have a podcast with two 18-year-olds? That's weird, Dave Portnoy. He's a little fucking weird. And I'll start beef with Dave with Barstool Sports. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, just because of my adversion, I do think it's weird. But in general,
go on. But you have to plug this show more than talk about anything else.
Okay, so that we invite you on. Now I don't know really who this guy is, and I saw the clip. I'm gonna start by saying this, and when we get ourselves, you can't have whatever eye twitch that guy has and call another person weird. Like that guy,
right?
That guy's universally strange, weird, without knowing a thing. It's like, oh, that guy is somebody that will like throw a kid in a van type vibes without knowing anything about him.
Right, he reminds me of Bryce kinda. With the age thing too, Dave. He's really trying to throw in like the 16 thing. Like he really lowballs it. It's like he's the opposite of Bryce.
And how old are you, Josh?
I'm 18, so he didn't get it right. But
and Brianna, you're
21.
21. And
okay.
So all right.
Okay. Well, a couple things. I agree with you. The reason we started that I ever heard of him is he did a video trashing me about me being a catfish, how I'm lying to people when that just wasn't the case. I always was very honest about what I looked like with and without makeup. So we had huge beef for a long time. So I totally agree. I think that's also his thing is just being off-putting and like aggressive and stuff like that. I get it. And also I didn't know, like I wasn't aware of this particular show. They said Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports. I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a podcast I want to be on. So I didn't research it at all. I didn't know the age thing. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's not. To me, like working with minors isn't weird. I did have issue like in the past with people like kind of like I don't know going on to this whole like TikTok trend, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's anything like wrong or weird. I was
and
like,
I think, let's clarify. Minor, I think, is below 18. I still think you can do a TikTok with somebody who's younger. We've explained it why it's called BFFs. It's basically I had one demo, Josh has another. It's like we're both trying to expand the brands of ourselves and reach new demos. Which, by the way, I was at the one hotel this past weekend, 2 like 14-year-old girls. Now, that was weird. They walked past me. They stopped, and they, like, giggled and pulled out the phone and were, like, looking at me. And I was with somebody like, those are BFFs. Like, that's the Josh Richards they have. And they came up, and they're like, we love Josh Richards in the podcast. So I am getting more of that. But, hey, you know what? A 14-year-old girl guy, they turn 15, 18, 22, 26, and we have them. So, yeah, by the way, you kind of defended us, and I could see that guy who I've never heard of, like, all right, let's just cause controversy because controversy drives page views. So
yeah, no, I dated a guy that was in his 40s that's really good friends with like the vlog squad, and I thought it was the only thing and that's why I thought it was a little weird because he like got off on like 18-year-old girls like hitting on him, and he was like 45, and I thought it was just kind of a weird thing. So I think from personal experience, I didn't know the full situation, so I was like, yeah, I guess it's kind of weird, but at the same time, like work is work. It's like Disney Channel hiring like young actors to like make their like thing explode. I get it. So I got both sides, but yeah. I didn't know anything about it. It caught me off guard when he said that. I was like, what's happening? So. And
how bad is the eye twitch in person on him?
Well, I think he has Tourette's, I think is what it is. And honestly, I think it's like an anxiety thing. I think he gets a lot of shit from it. Like Keemstar comes for him for it. I think he gets a lot of shit from it. I don't think it's something he can control, but
it may not be something you control, but when you throw grenades at somebody, you better learn to control it because it's like that's what they're going to come back at. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Trisha, you were presented to us, and before we got on, like we're trying to obviously reach a new audience, find new people, and you were the top of the list because we have a team of people. It's like TRISHA Paytas makes news one way or the other, social media, for whatever reason, she's all over the place. So, like, having you on, there's a bunch of different things here. Most recently, you got into a huge beef with the D'Amellos, right?
The D'Amelias. I did. That was inadvertently. I don't know how that happened. I was quite honored. I'm quite like not relevant to their like standards. So I was excited to be in beef with them. I think it was so unwarranted and so silly, but I was down. You know, I'm kind of my talent on the internet is being in drama. So I was like, wow, I'm getting in drama with the biggest TikToker. It was kind of exciting.
So what happened? Like I have the notes, but from your perspective, they did that show where, you know, they spit out the food and you just called them out for it.
I literally didn't know anything about it, and I just saw it so much on TikTok that people were doing reactions and getting views. So I just reacted, being like, "Oh shit, oh no!" And then she called me out on live. It was so weird. I saw like so many people doing it, like Perez Hilton, and I was like, "Okay." So then she called me out. Then James Charles called me out, like specifically on a TikTok, and I was ready for it, but I was like, so weird. It was so odd to me.
So
wait, so did you just like hop on and start roasting them because you saw everyone else roast them, or like did you actually have your own opinion on it?
Totally, but it wasn't even roasting. It was a duet, and I didn't even talk. I was just like, whoa, what? Like that's the reactions I did, and I just saw everyone doing it. I have no opinion of the girls. I literally never even. I don't know anything they did prior to that. Like I literally had no. But the more that I got into it and started like delving into it, like when the girl Dixie D'Amelio danced to me saying the N-word 10 years ago, I was like, oh, these girls are kind of like not really all together there, which I was like, oh, well then now that gave me some sort of ammunition to keep going because I was like, okay, these girls are not like all together there.
So what
do you mean when you say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you did make a comment about like you called Dixie mental retardation, which is like a lot of people think that's crossing the line.
Yeah, but I didn't say it in like a derogatory way. I think when he calls someone retarded in that way, I have, you know, mental illness. I have some form of retardation in me. I don't think to me, it's not an offensive word. I was just like, oh, there's something off. Same thing with me. There's something off when I like communicate things sometimes. So that was the way I explained it. I know people thought it was like me trying to be offensive, but I was like, oh, she danced to the N-word in 2020 when it just felt like an off thing. And I said it that way. And I know with the new generation, you shouldn't say that. But for me, I was like, it wasn't a derogatory attack. It was more like a observation, something that I also have.
So being in all these controversies, and by the way, I've been in like a gazillion controversies myself. I had, which I don't even like talking about, like we had an incident where a lot of people tried to cancel me So recently with BLM, there was an old video. We had Ja Rule at the Super Bowl party. Like we basically do Super Bowl parties every single year. And to announce that he was coming, I do these press conferences. So I'm like, hey, you'll never guess who we have. I actually had Ja Rule and Ashanti, which was awesome. And I sang Ja Rule's top 5 songs for like 30 seconds. Each lyric, one of them had the N-word. I sang it. This was 5 years ago. I wish I didn't, but people dredged it up. Like Dave says racist stuff. It's like, well, I wouldn't do it now, but I thought I was just singing it. So there's all sorts of things. I don't know if it's like in the time I didn't even think about it, but there of all your controversies, and we have them listed here, said, and
yeah,
you may,
it's a long list.
You may disagree with some and be like, nope, you took it out of context, or yes, it has happened. She said transgender because she doesn't wear makeup sometimes. Is that true?
Oh, that was taken out of context, but that's not the full story. But I did consider myself transgender, and I learned that nowadays it's considered gender fluid. I've talked to Dr. Drew about it. It's a very common thing. People think that they're one thing and not. People thought because I've been trolling it was a troll, and that definitely wasn't, but I can see why people got offended by it. That definitely wasn't. I can say I was trolling Charlie all day long because I was, but that wasn't a troll.
Okay, so said again, these are, I haven't heard them, so and I'm on this. You could be like out of context, no, said it, regret it, and that was going to be the question. Like, are there any controversy? Like, yeah, I regret that one. No, I don't. Things that if you could go back and pull. So here we'll go through. Said. And again, these are the notes. She said she's drag queen because she likes dressing as a woman. She said she just voted to get the sticker. I have no problem with that. I don't understand this one. Claims she is Jewish and she's not. Is that true?
Right. Yeah. That one's weird. I don't get that.
Is that the weirdest one though? To me, that's not weird. I have an infatuation with Jewish men. All my boyfriends are Jewish. I'm trying to convert right now to Judaism. I love it. People just think because I'm a trolling and controversial, they think I'm doing it for attention. But we celebrated Hanukkah last night, So I like to. I'm not converted yet, but everyone I date is Jewish, and I just have an infatuation with Jewish people.
I'm a Jewish guy, just so you know that.
I love a good Jew.
Posted a video of her vagina on Twitter with toilet paper crumbs. What was up with that?
Oh, that was my asshole had toilet paper crumbs.
Your asshole.
So we got it wrong. It wasn't the vagina, Dave. It was the asshole.
I just wiped really
better?
well.
Was that on your OnlyFans?
Yeah, that was on my OnlyFans. It was unintentional that the toilet paper was there. I just wipe a lot, and it just was there. I guess I had a dry asshole that day, but it looked clean. Like everyone zoomed in on it. It was a clean asshole. It wasn't dirty.
I meet a million people. How do you and even talking with you now, I'm getting very much a sense of you get your calculated, business. That is the vibe I'm getting from you. The OnlyFans, is that your moneymaker right now?
Yeah, OnlyFans is it's insane. I made more in 1 year on OnlyFans than 13 years on YouTube. It's insane.
How big's your OnlyFans?
I had at one point 150,000 subscribers at the height of it, and I think off one sex tape with Adam 22 and Lena the Plug, I think we made $500,000.
What was a sex tape?
It was a threesome with my girlfriend Lena the Plug, who was pregnant at the time, and her boyfriend Adam 22 from No Jumper.
Fully pregnant?
Pretty pregnant.
Yeah. She was
how many months in? 7 months. 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
a
crazy.
very, very big belly, pregnancy, isn't it? Probably out
we
to
look
here.
very similar. People couldn't tell the difference who was pregnant.
Wow, that's nuts. All right.
Yeah.
So we have some stuff here, and let me get the I want to make sure I get all the questions that we have for you. So how do you feel? And I don't know if you even have an opinion about this. I don't know what's on here, but how do you feel about Perez Hilton getting kicked off TikTok?
I'm so glad, actually. We were he kind of tries to team up with me during the Charlie thing. He's like, oh, talk about this. But the last TikTok he made was of me crying. I had a manic episode on Frenemies because I have borderline personality disorder, and I had a manic episode, and he was making fun of it. So when he tried to contact me for help with TikTok, I was like, fuck off. He makes fun of so many people. I think he crosses the line. So I was actually happy and relieved to see him off.
No, yeah, he tried to call me out a couple times and say some of the stuff I do is just for publicity and not out of true, like out of the heart type thing, but he got kicked off TikTok. So I would suggest he doesn't mess with me again. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it becomes a little bit of bullying if you do it too much. Like, you know, even me with Charlie, I was like, oh, is this like getting a little too much harassment? It does get to be too much if you do it every day to like everybody.
I feel like with bullying, as long as you don't throw the first punch, you should be allowed to do whatever you want back. But Josh, on a question for you, Perez. So this guy, when I started, I've been doing it for like 17 years. As this started as a newspaper, he was fucking huge. I hadn't heard his name in a while. I'm surprised you know who he is, Josh.
I only know him because he like makes really dumb videos on TikTok where he like kind of just makes a fool of himself, and then it's like it goes viral.
So his like where he was born from originally was basically posting pictures of celebrities, and he like became friends with the celebrities. But in Internet 1.0, he was like top of the food chain. I don't know what he's doing now.
Wasn't he like didn't he like draw penises on like celebrities' faces or something like that?
Yes, as simple as that sounds, that's basically what he did.
So weird.
He came out in that sway house. He like tweeted at me when the Bryce and I thing were going back and forth. So, but I hadn't heard his name in forever, but I don't know what he's doing now, getting kicked off. It's hard to really describe how big he was at one point.
Right.
He was massive. He was on like Howard Stern and stuff. Like he was on like TV shows for being a guy. Like he was, because I'm 32, so like around 2006 when MySpace, like he was like huge. He was friends with Lady Gaga, but yeah, he kind of went downhill. And I think TikTok was kind of his resurgence. He was getting some sort of footing by going after all these like TikTok stars, and I guess he just got banned because TikTok's super strict about that. So
along those lines, and we go back and forth. I'm curious on the business side. For you, Trisha, obviously publicity is the name of the game. No different probably than all of us in this room. Like you get your name in the headlines, you make news. Is it all right now in your mind driving back to the OnlyFans, or like what is like if you're looking at the Trisha Paytas like world, the business model, how do you look at it?
Yeah, right now it's OnlyFans, the TikTok, all these little TikTokers. No offense, Josh. I'm assuming, I'm gathering you're a TikToker from it. I don't keep up with TikTokers in general. I just like TikTok. But a lot of these diss track TikTokers were talking about how, stick to OnlyFans, all this stuff with me. And I loved it because I was getting all these new OnlyFans people. So it was kind of great. People were kind of pinning me against her, being like, oh, she does porn on OnlyFans. And I was getting all this traffic. So for right now, I'm just any sort of traffic to that was good for me. Because I admit I'm like a Perez Hilton where I've had my waves. You know, I was friends with Shane Dawson, then David, then now I'm back on H3. So I kind of ride whatever wave I can get. As long as people are talking about me, I feel like it's a good thing. I don't think I'm a troll, but I'll take the attention. People just love to like come for me, so I'll take it. But I try and be unproblematic. Yeah.
What do you make a month on OnlyFans? Can I ask that?
It varies. I made up to $1 million a couple months, and I think my lowest is maybe like 150,000 a month. It depends. It varies from 30,000 subscribers to 150,000. So I charge $5 a month. So it varies.
That's crazy.
All right.
Josh, would you ever do, like, I could see you cleaning up on OnlyFans.
You think I would make some good money or what?
Big time. You give a lot of away for free. I don't know what more you like.
That's what I'm saying. I would have to go full like Jay Alvarez on there to get like some money, you know?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
And are you straight or?
Yeah, I'm straight.
So that's what. That's what your co-host there, when he's like, who is Nessa Barrett? Why is she on the show? She is younger, but that's like his girlfriend.
Yeah. That's why she was on the show, yeah.
So do a collab with each other. That would get really big then, if you're both famous. Understatement.
I think it would be illegal at this point. But is there a number? Like I've had like two sex tapes get leaked of myself, super old, not on purpose, totally like not in my control, not trying to profit from it. If somebody wanted to pay me to release a sex tape to make it, you're looking at probably like 500 million is probably like the number I would have to do it.
Would you do it?
Why?
Because I'm already have a shit ton of money and I have like a real business that I think I can
get. Why?
Right.
Why would you want it? Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It would need to be such an astronomical number that I know I'd be set for life and I would like never have to lift my dick again to make another porno.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. Right. So, and I think that's with all celebrities. It's like, who wouldn't do it? Like, I was offered $1 million when it happened to do, like, release it and have it. It's like, well, no, I don't want, that's not worth it. Now, but if you're making $1 million a month on OnlyFans, Josh, like, what is your, do you have a number, Josh? Actually, that's like, bang, I'm out. Because then you don't have to work again.
Right. It's hard. It's hard. It's like, and that's why I think a lot of people keep like OnlyFans as the last resort, don't they? It's like when they've gone through everything, they're like, OnlyFans. It's like now I jump on there, make some money.
Yeah, I think it's a combo. I think it's reputation. Where's your reputation at? Are you clean? Like for Trisha, it doesn't
for
change.
Trisha, it fits your image.
Right,
I think,
correct.
Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Brianna, what about you?
I come from a place of I was 18 when I was your age, Josh. Like this isn't an exaggeration. I was sucking dick on Santa Monica Boulevard for $5, like literally $5 to suck dick, and I was doing that. I was probably doing 30 guys a night with that. You know what I mean? And so I come from that mentality. I come from like dropping out of high school at like 15. So I'm always like hustle mode. And yes, I have money. I'm like set right now, you know. But for me, and like you said, it is on brand. And I agree with you. I think 18 is too young to do porn. I would never have done it. This was my first year ever doing porn at 32. You know. So I agree. It's like you have too many like options, but yeah, I think for me, it was always my brand. I did sex toys. I did hooking. It's kind of my thing, but yeah, I agree. But I love it. I mean, sex is so natural. Like a sex tape is like whatever.
How hot were you at 18? How were you like, I don't have 18-year-old pictures of TRISHA PAYTAS, but were you like if you were rating yourself 0 through 10, like how hot were you at 18? Not
hot. That's why I was that cheap hooker. Cause I worked at a strip club with Godfathers. I wasn't hot. I was at the like ugly strip club. I was like, you know, I was thin because I was on crack, but I wasn't like pretty or anything. You know, I was very like, I don't know, kind of pig face.
What about you, Brianna? You have a number?
If $1 million a month, sign me up tomorrow. Yeah.
But how many months would you need that guarantee? Like, that's the thing. I don't know how to keep that going. Like
Trisha, is this guaranteed for you? How long do you think you can ride out this OnlyFans thing?
It definitely has gone down since I've been in a relationship. I don't do like boy girl stuff, and it definitely has cut in half. Like I would say now I make like $250,000 a month. So definitely the $1 million was only maybe 3 months this summer.
Does your boyfriend get on OnlyFans with you? Your new boyfriend?
No, that's kind of why I stopped. I don't really collab anymore. Like I was collabing with like Riley Reid and like all the people, and I just don't really collab because I'm in a relationship now. But it's not guaranteed, and honestly, like I'll probably stop it like within the next year anyways, because it's like it's not as fun if you can't collab with like girls and guys. You know, it's by yourself. It's kind of like
Interesting. All right, so you made waves with the Vlog Squad, and this shows how out of the loop I've been for the last maybe like 2 years getting the loop. I remember the first time I was with girls, she mentioned David Dobrik to me, and I so confidently was like, I'm bigger than he is. Like, I don't know who David, I was like, I don't know who David Dobrik, like, he's pretty fucking big. I'm like, trust me, if I haven't heard of him, he's a nobody. And then I started like researching, I'm like, this fucking guy's huge. Huge. So, and you have beef with him too?
Yeah. Well, when I knew him, he wasn't like as poppin'. Like I think he was getting like 3 million, 4 million views. But yeah, I was in his little squad for like a year. I dated Jason, his 45-year-old friend. He was like 20 and his friends was 45. So they hung out all the time. I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, this is kind of odd that they're always hanging out, but whatever. But yeah, like long story short, I called out one of his friends for dating a 17-year-old, an actual minor, and they didn't like that. So he told Jason to break up with me, and Jason said yes because he was making more money with David. And then David kicked me out of the group after like a year and a half of being in every single one of his videos. And so ever since then I was like, oh, okay, they're kind of like shitty people, but I mean, he's still killing it. So I guess good for him.
So is that the origin of how you blew up?
Yeah. Oh, no. My friend Shane, when Shane Dawson was like, I mean, to me, I love Shane. He's my best friend forever. But like in like 2011, I became friends with Shane, and I was in a lot of videos with him, and we collabed. I did America's Got Talent and Howard Stern, and then like Shane and me. So that was like the big thing.
What do you mean you did America? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good, Dave. Ask her.
Yeah, America's Got Talent. You were on the show as a what?
I was like a contestant when I was like 20. I was like young.
It's really good, actually.
What were you like?
We have
was it like a sucking dick thing?
No,
were you
we got it.
Like,
we're gonna
look how many I can do in 30 minutes.
We're gonna watch it right here. It is crazy. Like the Shane Dawson's another one. People say it. I think Dawson's Creek, even though I know it has nothing to do with it. All these new people who just like all came from hatched together. Basically, they're
like the origin of YouTubers.
Yes, or they're almost. Yeah, it's like like if the Pauls were like Vine guys, then the next.
I think Trish is the last one standing now.
Yep.
Trish likes it.
I might be. Oh yeah, my kid flag. I don't know.
Wow. Hi.
I love you.
The audience is right. You look like you work in Vegas.
Really? I know I get that a lot. Someone thought I was a stripper or a porn star. I'm like, nope, I love Jesus. I'm not like that.
Well, what is your name?
My name is Trish, like fish.
Trish. And Trish, how do you... Trish like fish. Trish, I'm fascinated. How do you function in life? In other words, are you able to walk around and get a job?
I'm like a computer programmer, but I work in my house so no one ever sees me.
All right, what are you going to do today?
I talk really fast, and like I'm a rapper.
Yes, a rapper.
A rapper.
All right,
Oh, God,
high
this is
hopes for you. Go
cringe.
ahead.
Yes,
This is really cringy. I can't watch it. It's so bad.
Every single summer when I turn on my TV, I'm watching HT, thinking how should we be on that stage on occasion. We're so off of hold. Didn't take it seriously because I never had talent. I'm not like Jimmy Fallon. See, people think I'm bad, but just like any other blonde, except for my mom who says her classes all fast. Happy with a little class, caught me up on too bad.
Wait, but wait for it. Howard Stern comes on stage with me at the end. So just wait.
Trish.
Y'all like me.
Trisha, it was just annoying for me.
Oh,
It was
I'm sorry.
very
It gets
annoying.
better.
It gave me a headache, and I'm not feeling well. Let's go to Sharon.
Trisha, I couldn't understand anything you were saying
Yeah.
because it was that quick.
I mean, I'm not really a rapper. I just need to make up a talent to see Howard Stern.
Oh, well, that's different. Now you're talking.
Howard, go up and hug her.
You know what, baby? That's the sweetest thing I ever heard.
So you got the hug though.
Yeah, and I got to be on it. I got to like hop on his show and stuff too.
I have some effect on women, don't I? Yes. Yeah.
This is all I came for. It's
I actually didn't think the rapping
I'm not talented. I just came
was
for
that
you.
horrible.
That's all right.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
So weird.
Did you and Howard
What we're gonna do is we're gonna
ever
vote
hook up
now.
after that or what?
Is this
No, I'm not really
Yeah.
Howard's type.
Howard.
He likes them tiny and petite.
Okay.
So all right. So you did that, which was crazy. But how did you hook up, like with the vlog squad? Like like you were there from the beginning. I'm curious on that because like where'd they come from?
I guess they were around because of Liza Koshy. I came in when I started dating Jason. Like another YouTuber, Andrea Russet, like said, "Oh, you should date Trish because they know I liked older guys." And at the time, I was 28 and he was like 44, which wasn't that crazy. So we just started dating, and then he was like up David's ass. He still is. He like has lips to his ass. So I was just always around. Like we went to Thanksgiving with David. Everything was like David, and I was fine with it. I got followers and shit from it, so I was fine. But yeah, that's how I kind of got into it.
You've said in the past he deserves to be canceled. He isn't as good as people make him out to be. What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't like that he's not held to the same standard. So when Shane was getting canceled this year, everyone's calling out for pedophile jokes and blackface. And David has done underage jokes about 4-year-olds being sexy on Vine and also doing blackface with peanut butter. And I was like, it's fine. Like, cancel Shane for it, right? It was bad, but also hold like David accountable just because he's like straight, white, young, popular. And, it just wasn't like, it didn't sit right with me that everybody else had to like take accountability, including myself. But David never has to, including my biggest thing. He kept trying to get Tana to have a threesome with me and Jason, and he invited Tana over after I told him so many times it's so uncomfortable, don't make that joke. And he just like, he wouldn't, he just push. So I lost my shit. I was like, I told you I was uncomfortable, I didn't like this. And he pushed it, and he kept trying to like bribe me with money to like put it in the vlog, like let them have a threesome with Jason. It was gross. And so that's when I ended it. I was like, you're disgusting.
See, I don't know nearly enough about him. Is he still as popular as ever right now?
He's hanging out with some of the Sway Boys recently.
He is?
Jason does.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Interesting. Well, there's 9,000.
But not David. David's had a break off YouTube since COVID started.
Yeah, I'm confused how he's still making so much money.
So David, from my knowledge, makes about $500,000 a month off merch, and I think with Twitch now he makes money off that, and then TikTok. He hasn't made videos, but when I knew him, he was making like $1 million on Black Friday off merch. So I think he's fine. And all the little Vlog Squad members have now gone into oblivion because he doesn't make videos anymore. So no one cares about the other people, including Jason. They all get like 100,000 views now. No one cares.
Interesting. All right, so we have a game that Brianna, you set this up, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's called. You explain it.
Okay, this is for you, Trisha. It's called To Cancel or Not to Cancel because, like you said, everyone tries to cancel you all the time, and you talk about your opinions on people very loudly. So we put together like a Google Doc of a bunch of people that are kind of relevant right now that you may hate, you may not, and we want your opinions, your take on them, to cancel or not to cancel.
Oh, I'm gonna say cancel.
Are we good?
He called me fat and made fun of my skin while we were friends in Vegas this year and behind my back. So I'm going to say cancel him.
Josh, how much do you know of this guy?
I don't know a lot about him, but he seemed.
He's canceled.
Wait, what pronoun am I supposed to use a certain pronoun?
He's he.
All right.
Cancel.
Well, Jeffrey is scary.
Yeah, I like that
don't,
jacket.
I don't.
That jacket's fire. So here's another one. There's one girl who I used to hang out with who followed all these people. So I've seen a couple of his videos. As shocking. He's the one who got like the new house and it was all pink, right?
Yeah. He was very rich, but now he's getting like canceled and his makeup is like not selling anymore.
The makeup line is what he made all the money on. Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to go with cancel.
Why?
You're going to cancel Addison.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I never had a problem with her. She rubbed me the wrong way on a podcast she did called Zane and Heath Podcast, where she said, and I quote, "Nobody has been as popular on me on social media, so there's nobody I can talk to because no one's been as famous as me." And I was like, girl, like what? And honestly, I didn't know her name. I recognized her face, and it rubbed me the wrong way. She was very, very arrogant, and I didn't like that about an 18-year-old who got, a break on TikTok. I just thought that was, it was.
Were those her exact words, though, or?
Well, I'll just paraphrase, but yeah, it was.
So that sort of is like what you got mad about, like Charlie and Dixie, when
the
Charlie
D'Amelios,
was being like, "I'm gonna have 100 million," right? But that to me is like, who cares? That I would never cancel somebody. That almost sounds like somebody who's just sucking dick on street corners for $5 doesn't like somebody who got fame like overnight.
That's actually not true. I think there's a lot of humility in people. I don't like people that off the bat think that they're already so famous. I think.
But
I'm
she
doing
is.
just fine. I've done just fine. There's nothing like that. I don't like people that are like that. You can be humble and famous at the same time. You can be sweet about it. Be grateful because this is your first year in the spotlight. It doesn't like last forever.
I actually think in weird ways, like some like Addison or and I always pronounce her wrong, D'Amelio's, the fame that they got and the speed to which they got it could end up like being more of a burden. It's like I can't ever imagine becoming that famous that quickly overnight at that age too.
16 years
right.
old.
Yeah. Charlie is
I
only
agree.
16. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I agree, but here's the thing: both of their parents, are promoting, doing sponsorships on TikToks. Like all the families trying to get on it. I just think instead of being on TikTok and trying to like leech off their fame, like try and support them and also take them off the internet when they need to. If Charlie was going through like that breakdown at 16, like give her a break from the internet. Like don't have her be on there all the time. I don't know. There was something I've seen people come and go. The people that have the attitude. It's like Tyler Oakley, Superwoman, all those people, they get these big attitudes and then it's just not cute anymore. Like people don't like it. And I just think like they need to stop before it gets like, too big of egos.
Yeah. I don't know how you don't get an ego at that age. And as far as the parents, is the mic still working? Yeah, we're good. As far as the parents go, I don't know what you do because I know the D'Amelio's parents are in there a lot, but you have this window where you can make generational money. You almost have to capitalize, don't you?
No, that's gross.
Right.
But your mom.
It is a lot of money, yeah.
Oh my God, my mom makes one video like a month, maybe for over the past. She probably made 12 videos in her whole life on YouTube. Like they don't have a TikTok where they're like, hey, get Charlie's ring light. I just saw the dad doing that, and then also being like Raising Cane's, we're gonna surprise Addison. Like their whole thing is making money off them. I think it's gross. My mom had a job for a long time. I retired her. Like sometimes I want her in my videos, but very rarely. It's just too much. And at that age, like be a parent. Don't try and off that fame. It's gross. If I had a child and they were doing something popular, I wouldn't be like, oh, me too. Let me get on this. It's a weird it's weird. I don't like it.
But you don't I don't know that the parents are trying to necessarily like themselves become famous. I think they're trying, well, without knowing, you don't know. I mean, somebody like, I just want to make sure there's all sorts of like
weird sounds going on.
We're good with okay. The parents, we don't know what's going behind the scenes, but the amount of offers and stuff thrown at these people, you got to figure that, you know, most of it they're saying no to. So somebody's got to gatekeep it.
Addison's mom has a podcast where they're called Mother Knows Best. And it's like, it's just like on the podcast itself, like it's like them talking about how like she chaperones Addison's dates and stuff like that. It's just like a weird thing. There was a weird dynamic where Addison's mom was in bed with David Dobrik, and then Addison's like, "Mom, what are you doing?" It was just like so weird and like just too much. It just, there's something about both of their families that are weird. They each have their own TikTok for their families. Those are the only two that I think are like that. I can't think of any other TikTokers like that.
Well, they're the most famous. I almost would rather them involved at that age than less. Now, in bed, the other things, I don't know. Okay, next one. Well, here we go.
I'm gonna say not cancel. I think these girls have a small window, and I think they should try and get as much as they can out of it. I don't think they're gonna last very like long, maybe 5 years, but I think they should try and milk it. I think and make the money like Grace Helbig did, and then hopefully like, you know, not have to work as hard later on. Or like the Fowler sisters. I don't know if you guys remember. No, you definitely don't, Josh. Blair and Elle. They were huge YouTubers, just like them. They had all their beauty, everything, and they kind of just fell off, and they don't have the personality to carry it. So I think for now, don't cancel them.
I gotta be honest.
So you're you're going back on kind of what you're saying though. Weren't you kind of like on TikTok pretty much saying to cancel them?
I wasn't saying cancel. I'm like, oh, check yourselves, both of you, dancing to the N-word and the other girl calling me out. Like, you know, that was more of it. I didn't say cancel them.
I mean, I feel like that was them responding though, because you said stuff. They didn't just like go ahead and start dancing to a video of you saying
they
the N-word.
totally
like
did. James Charles brought up something I said 10 years ago, and Dixie decided it was a good idea to dance to the N-word that I said 10 years ago in this climate of Black Lives Matter. It was like weaponizing racism against racism, white people using it. It was gross. It was so disgusting, and it was not warranted. All I said was like, oh, they acted kind of bratty not eating a snail. And they're like, well, you said the N-word and we're going to dance to it and show everybody that you're racist. I'm like, girl, you like check yourself. That was it.
That was a poor song to choose for sure by them in this climate. Right. But I will say what your answer to them seemed like a 180 to what you just said to Addison to this. Like you just gave you did a 180. They're like the same people.
Yeah, you went from Addison, whose family is involved, so you're like cancel, and then Amelia's family is involved, but it's not cancel.
I'll tell you. Addison got a movie and she's all that, so maybe she can parlay something into like acting. So cancel her off TikTok. These girls are not going to get very far outside of TikTok, so I said don't cancel them. Let them have their spotlight. Addison getting canceled would be a great thing for her. She can parlay that into acting or something else. Maybe not TikTok where she's getting this like ego right now.
So you think that the future is brighter for Addison than the sisters, which I don't.
Absolutely. Okay. I never actually had a problem with Addison until I saw her on the podcast. It just rubbed me the wrong way. But yeah, I think she has way more going for her as far as, you know, talent and opportunities.
Okay.
Definitely cancel. There's not a bigger
pesticide
pesticide on the internet.
What'd you call him?
A pesticide.
Pesticide. Why do you hate him so much?
He is absolutely disgusting on so many levels. He takes everything and twists like everything. He's never wrong. My biggest thing is with someone is like, hey, take accountability. You know, that's why I don't really like love Logan Paul or Jake Paul, but they take accountability. They like own up when they're wrong. That's why him and like David, but James is even worse. Because James just gets things wrong so many times. He said that I loved Hitler in his TikTok. He goes, Trisha said Hitler wasn't that bad of a guy. I was like, when did I ever say that? Like, he gets so much shit wrong and can never take accountability for anything. He just hides. He's a little leech onto these people. And he's best friends with a 16-year-old, self-admittedly. And I was like, that's weird. I don't care if you're gay or straight. Don't be best friends with a 16-year-old when you're 21. It's gross.
21, 16 is not that different, but just for the record.
It's very different. It's very different.
Bryce was like 21 when I was 17 and we hung out. So I would have been a minor and he was older. I wouldn't say that was weird that Bryce was my friend.
There's a big power struggle. I'm telling you that just from my own personal experience, and maybe not everyone has had these experiences, but there is something very wrong about someone being friends with a minor, point blank period, 17 and under. Like, it's just wrong. I don't care if you're almost like, it's gross. Like, and 21's big difference in 17 and 18. 21 it's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be hanging out alone with a 16-year-old.
Can we get you on the record as just saying Hitler was a bad guy?
Hitler was not a bad guy. I'm learning more about him every day.
Wait, no, you just said he wasn't a bad guy.
No, you're right. You said he was not a bad guy. I think we all got to unite that Hitler was a bad guy.
James Charles said on his TikTok, Trisha says Hitler wasn't that bad. I was like, that's what James Charles put in my mouth.
Right. We want to clarify that. You think Hitler was bad.
We want you to say he's terrible right now.
I don't like Hitler.
There we go.
I'm not in support of him.
Okay. There we go. Thank God. Holy fuck.
Never cancel Shane. He's a treasure. He's the real one, and he's super sweet and humble and kind. And I definitely think he took accountability and took his break off the internet and stuff like that. But I will 1,000% say he's not a bad guy. He's apologized time and time again, has taken accountability for jokes that were made before I even met him, which was over 12 years ago. Were they gross and disgusting? Yes. Was it a different time? Yes. Louis C.K. makes jokes like that. They're gross and it's not good for our time.
Louis C.K. got canceled for like whipping his dick out in front of like people.
Yeah.
He did, but he didn't. Like, he still has his show airing and stuff on like FX and specials, and it's like it's a different time. And Shane did this in 2009.
What did he get canceled for? I don't even know.
He was pretending to like jerk off on like Will Smith's daughter when it was like a poster of Will Smith's daughter when she was like 9 years old or something.
He got canceled for a lot of stuff, like blackface.
Yeah, there were
racist,
many
pedophilia, lots of stuff. Do you think he'll return to the internet, Trisha?
Yeah, I have a good feeling he will. I don't know in what capacity. I think he will. I mean, I think people also miss him. I think they cancel him, but he's not as I know a lot of people, and like a lot of people have evil or like bad intentions, and like he really like doesn't. And I don't excuse it or anything, but I do understand, like, he came from like a pretty traumatic childhood and stuff like that. He talks openly about it.
So you think that James has like evil intentions compared to Shane Dawson? Because I've met James and I've only gotten good vibes from James. I think James seems like a sweet guy. And I've seen from
you're a TikToker and you're young. You're the right age for James, right? He wants to leech onto the new generation, not in that way, but like he leeches onto the new generation because he was dying on YouTube after the Tati scandal. So of course he's going to be nice to you and stuff, but he has very malice intention for sure with the Tati, with the James. He's very calculated and he's very evil. And to even put words in my mouth that I don't say, I was like, okay, you're just being like an evil, like little bitch.
All right.
And that's what James is. James is
I heard some different things about certain people putting words into Tati's mouth, but not James. Not James telling Tati what to say, but
I don't really know on that situation. I don't really know. I don't know James. I've never met him. But just how he acts towards me, or even H3, the guy that I host with, he stole a sweatshirt design and he's like, too bad I'm still selling him. Like, he openly admitted in the DMs that he stole the design and he was being a little like bitch about it. I was like, oh,
I will say
he's just gross.
That is something always, I feel like, to clarify in something. It's like, so Shane personally, you don't know James Charles at all. Like, so you're going off what you hear or whatever. Like, you don't have
I go off how James is treating me online. He made up straight up lies about me in that thing, saying that I voted for Trump, like all this crazy shit. I mean, those are just lies. Like, you don't lie on someone's name. I control and I've done some shit, but I've never lied on someone's name. I think that's so gross and disgusting. That's not fair to paint someone in that light.
Okay, next one. I think I know the answer here.
Cancel all day. Cancel. David doesn't take accountability. David gets away with a lot of shit and a lot of like stuff that people don't talk about, and I think he should be canceled. Will he be canceled? Absolutely not. He'll probably be around forever. But I think people get burnt out of him over time. But again, I'm glad. I mean, he's successful, so I'm not trying to like stop him. But I think he should be canceled.
Next one.
I'm gonna say not canceled. I don't know. She hangs out with Tony Lopez, but I guess he should be canceled, not her. So by association, I don't believe she should be canceled. I think she's relatively unproblematic, so I'm gonna say not canceled.
I don't know.
She's nice. She's actually a nice person.
Yeah, she seems fine. I don't know her, but she seems fine.
Okay, next.
Oh, I'm gonna say not cancel. I know we have like back and forth beef, or maybe one-sided beef on my end, but I don't think so. I actually like, I don't know. I think she's just kind of, I think she comes from like a troubled childhood too, and I kind of relate to that, and I give her a little bit more of a pass than maybe I would a privileged child. Maybe that's like not fair, but that's how I see it. So not cancel.
Why would people cancel her? Like, what? Why is she on the list? Did she do something?
No, because of Trisha's beef with her and Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So though, like, still no on the threesome probably with Adam Tane and maybe with the new boyfriend.
Maybe on OnlyFans if I can sell it.
Okay, next.
We're gonna cancel her.
You made some TikToks about her recently, so that's why we.
I really had a problem with her, and I think this is just because it's like my little like soapbox that I have is her sticking out her belly, trying to show that she was fat, and insinuating that people with bellies were ugly when she doesn't even have one. It pissed me off. This girl pissed me off on a whole other level. I don't know much about her other than she dated Jake Paul, but cancel her for sure. Like, you could have insecurities as a skinny girl for sure, but show those insecurities. Don't try to push your stomach out like you have a belly when you don't, and then insinuate those bellies are ugly. Like, that was bullshit. So cancel.
This is the hardest cancel so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that was.
Yeah, I was about to say there was some passion behind that cancel.
I know. I'm angry with her still.
She's hot.
She's hot.
I
know. That's what I wanted to look like. She's perfect in every way. But
I have no idea who she is, but she's hot.
She dated Jake Paul. I think that's who I want to look like. I think she's gorgeous. There's no issue with that. Just don't try and make fun of fat people, please. We have our own problems with our bellies. We don't need skinny people trying to make fun of us too.
Okay, next.
I'm gonna say not cancel. I met Jake. I think he's very sweet. I think he's very misunderstood, and his ego is his character online. I like when he goes live or when like even in person, like he's very, very sweet and like humble, which I love. Like he was super humble when we came to his house, like was very like, oh, let me like give you some food to go, like very, very sweet. And I think that's the humility that I would like to see with like the D'Amelios and Addison, because even on live they still think that they're just like the shit. So
which is crazy.
He's able to cut it off and on like really quick. I feel like on and off camera he can just like snap into being on camera and snap off like that. Jake,
totally.
Like, he's very talented at that.
I think
so good. He's very talented, and I don't like him or his persona necessarily, but I do think he's a really nice guy, and I think that's why he's lasted, and so is Logan, because they're able to, like you said, they know when to like be on, be off, apologize, all that.
They definitely recreate. I think most people, though, the outside world would be like, how could you say he doesn't have an ego and the D'Amelio twins do? Because they seem far more humble with everything I see. He's out here. Now, grant it's like a character, but, you know, he's I mean,
even the picture that we're using compared to
the picture, the video he just made challenging like Conor McGregor, which I get is this, but he certainly doesn't come across to most of the world as not having a giant ego.
But I think that's the thing, the D'Amelios and Addison do. And then when you see them in their real light, like when they're off of TikTok, when you see them kind of get a little nasty, you're just like, oh, okay. Like that's that kind of person. Cause I thought they were just like sweet, like sweethearts. And then all of a sudden they get like so nasty. And I was like, oh my God, like where did these people come from? As opposed to Jake, he's like a wrestler, right? He's like on and then it's off. So I think it's a little bit of an opposite, like an inversion thing.
Okay.
Right.
Next.
I mean, would you have spit up the snail though, Trisha? Like, honestly, can you eat snails?
No, in all seriousness, does it deserve to be canceled? But no, but I think it was a little like whoever edited it should have edited it out. They looked bratty that whole dinner. They were rude to their parents. The little snail situation, the comment, like it was just James was talking, and in the middle of it, she was, and it's like, okay, if they told you to do that, girl, like get a new team because you just looked it just looked bad. I don't think it should have been like cancelable, but it was bad. I was like, Jesus, like, I mean, what are these girls?
They're like teenage girls though, and they got
right.
Fed
if someone told me to apologize for spitting out a snail, I would literally just be like, "Fuck you!" Like, fuck you. I'm not apologizing for shit.
I don't think people were saying that. I think they were just reacting, and then they took it to. I didn't say apologize or cancel them. I was just like, okay, brat, like what the hell? Like, and she's 19, so don't say she's a little girl. Like Charlie gets a pass, whatever. I don't even come for Charlie that hard. Charlie came for me, but Dixie, she's 19. Like, I'm so tired of people being like, she's a little kid. It's like she's not. 19-year-olds know better. Like, you know.
I don't think it. Again, know better. I'm a Dixie stan, but I don't think it was, again, knows better not to, like, spit out. And you're trying to create content or be, like, over the top. But anyways.
Dave, we need to get you a shirt that says Dixie stan.
I'm a Dixie stan. We'll get her on the show.
We need you get you a shirt, though.
I know.
We need a shirt for you.
Wear it next
Dixie
episode.
stan.
I'll wear it. Well,
every episode.
We'll get her at some point. Okay, so we've talked all this about canceling. I appreciate you coming on. I think it's been wildly interesting. Last question I have for it, doing all this, of the things you've done, and it's a long span, what would be the thing that you would, two parts to it, that you would take back, being like, you know what, I would cancel myself for this. I wish I didn't do it. If any, you may not have that. And then two, the one that maybe you get the most grief for, that you're like, you know what, I stand by it. If people don't like me for that, fuck them.
I guess the thing I feel most bad is the transgender video because it didn't come from a place of malice. Like I wish I could take that back. Like it was just bad wording. It never meant to be that way. And that one I feel really bad about. And then the one I definitely don't think I should have been canceled for is the DID, the dissociative identity disorder, because Dr. Drew and so many other doctors have said that I dissociate, that I do have traits of DID. So people took that way out of proportion, and I'll never like apologize for that because that's a real mental health issue that I'm like struggling with, as well as like paranoid schizophrenia, like hearing voices. So I don't think I should have been canceled for that. People love to say, oh, mental health awareness, and then as soon as they see an ugly side of mental health, people want to cancel that person, and I think that was like bullshit. But I'll stand by it. I mean, whatever. It's what it is.
Yeah. All right. So when you go back, well, you said you're not sure if you're doing this podcast anymore with this dude. Are you going to tell him what would be like your takeaway now that you've met me? Be like, yeah, he is super weird. It's a weird podcast. And be like, yeah,
right.
You're kind of
what's the report back?
Yeah.
I would say I'm thankful that I'm on it. Honestly, not a lot of people ask me. I would say it's a weird podcast if I say that in a good way because it's really different. And I think that's good because this is a weird dynamic, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. But I'll still say it's weird. Although I don't disapprove of it. And I don't think it's creepy. I think it's appropriate enough.
All right. Well, we appreciate that. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
That was great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
Wow.
That was good. She was good.
Yeah. She's a character.
Yeah. I mean, she's been on the internet, sucking dick since she was 18 for $5.
Crack. I didn't know she did crack. That was crazy.
Did you know she sucked dick for $5? That's like a well-known thing.
Yeah.
Like 30 a night, though? That's like a crazy, number.
Crazy. $5 a dick. It's nuts.
Do we have,
That's like, you're only making $150 a night if you're doing 30 guys.
It's so crazy because I don't know anything about the world. Even a lot of the names, I just don't know them. I sort of know them, but she's been around forever, huh?
Yeah, like 2007 or something crazy.
How famous is she? If we're going 0 through 10, like where do you guys put her? If David Dobrik's a 10, like where's she?
Josh, what would you say? You're 18. Did you know of TRISHA Paytas, or is it just like my age?
Yeah, but because of David.
Yeah, okay. See, I watched Trisha before David, but I think David made her very, very famous.
I think David just blew her up in the Gen Z and social media audience.
Yeah, because she was crazy in his videos.
Yeah. I will say some of her answer, like the answer part on the DeMellos and Addison.
The Addison thing?
We asked the same question and she just reversed, but still interesting. A lot of good sound bites.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So let's get into the trends. We got, we got Noah Beck dancing to Meg the Stallion.
Oh, I don't even want to watch this again.
Wait, you already did watch it?
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it because I saw it when it was posted. It was deleted for very obvious
So he deleted this?
Yes, you'll see why.
Don't fuck me like that. Fuck me like this. Yeah. His friends and his dad hate me. I broke his little heart, he a cry baby. If I ain't let him hit the pussy by now.
Noah!
You hadn't seen that?
Man's balls were clapping the camera.
I thought this
Why would he delete that?
Because I'll tell you why. I know when I was out there, he's supposed to be Mr. Clean, isn't he?
Maybe his fan. Maybe that's why he deleted. People weren't happy. I don't know though.
No, everyone was kind of commenting, saying that they didn't want Dixie's parents to see it.
Yeah, whoever Larry Veilley, I can't wait till Dixie's parents see this one. Noah Beck responded back, "I'm so scared, but the views are down," with the little sad face.
Oh, maybe he's saying his TikTok views are down, so he was spicing it up to get some likes.
Yeah, exactly what he did.
Yeah,
that's fine. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, except he's Mr. Clean. Remember, I'm like, can he come on ours? Like, no, he's the brand safe guy. Now he's fucking his fucking camera.
That's so funny because that used to be a trend. Like when I first went on tour for social media, that was one of the trends where it was you literally would grab the camera and bap.
Yeah.
To one of the songs. Yeah. That was a trend.
Kids nowadays, it's fucking crazy.
Weird, right?
It's I get in trouble.
When you labeled us wiggle dickers, you have no idea how correct you were, I think. I think you have no idea. Wait, why haven't we put that on a shirt yet?
Wiggle dickers. It's not a bad idea. All right, and we have a throwback here. By the way, So that just proves Noah Beck, there's nothing clean about him. He's playing the game. I still don't understand how people put stuff up. Oh, you said you do that on purpose. What do we got here? Old Josh Richards?
A little bit of
No,
Josh.
no way we're pulling up old videos of me. That's oh my fucking god.
Let's take off the top, go hit the club.
This is the second time I've had to walk
know
off.
what it feels like to fall in love. Take off the top, ready to fuck.
Why did you guys slow it down? You guys made it slower on purpose. I know that's not how it was.
I
There's
think
no
that's
way.
how you posted that one.
Fuck. That means I'm even worse than Noah.
What are you doing?
Look, all right. One, I was trying to make fun of people that were using that audio and like slamming their girlfriends against the wall and like being all like cringy and like caressing their face and stuff like that. And then two, it was Christmas time. So I was like, you know what?
So
Let's put a little twist and get Santa, throw him against the wall, do a little like side face rubbing. I was trying to be funny. Wasn't that funny? Yeah.
It's still up though.
No, yep. Yeah. I like, dude, you know how many times I post? I used to post 5 times a day. I'm not scrolling all the way down there.
That was stunning. I get the logic. Yeah. I get the logic, I guess, but there's something about like
the delivery was off. The delivery was off. All right. We'll just say that.
Like if an alien came down and looked at that as the first thing, being like, this is what kids are doing nowadays. They leave the planet or they conquer. I don't know what they do.
No, they just probably blow the planet up.
Now I know this next one, which me and Jack. So I'm making fun of you for that. But Jackson Mahomes.
Didn't he tag you in this?
Yeah. So we had
Why?
Because we do an NFL show, an NFL pick show, and I was in Miami. The Chiefs were playing at Dolphins, and I've had a back and forth with Jackson Mahomes because he's made fun of beating the Patriots. He's like dancing at Foxborough when he beat the Patriots. I want to like fucking kill him. So it's like going back and forth. So I like him, but we've had this like fake back and forth. So I said, someone asked if I was going to the game in Miami. It's like, well, if I go to the game, I'm going to fucking challenge Jackson Mahomes to a TikTok off. So he must have seen that clip. Maybe we tagged him. So he got off the plane, did that dance, tagged me.
You know, yeah. You were really throwing the dabs. Like that's your move, eh?
What I did, and I'm learning TikTok. I just learned, all right, duet. I watched his video like 5 times. I'm not good at dancing. I'm not good at memorizing. So I thought 3 moves. I'm like, in my head, it's like, all right, you got to do 3 moves to get it close to what he did. One was the climb, go down the steps, do this. Then he dabs. So I'm like, dab. Then you got to mix.
I don't think he dabbed.
He did. He definitely dabbed twice.
Nope. Couldn't have.
Twice.
Watch. Show his video. Watch him.
Show me it. I'm pretty sure I watched him not dab.
He dabs absolutely. Dab. That's a dab.
No, it's the whoa. They're 2 different moves.
It was a whoa, but his whoa is not that good. You could mistake.
Dab.
I get
Dab
it. I get why you made the mistake.
Wait. What's the whoa?
It's a total different move, man.
Try it.
Show me a whoa.
It's like you're kind of like he was like lifting up, but like you go to the shoulders. This arm goes down and like it's so weird. I feel weird doing it sitting down, but it's not. That's a dab, man.
Well, no,
like
dab. You can go 1. I went 1.
See how this is like.
You gotta go with the shoulder.
Bah, you know.
That's
like
a whoa.
That's
but he went up like that.
Yeah, that's why I was saying you could mistake
him
as a dab.
He just sucked.
He's not a very talented dancer.
So I got in that. The weirdest part of that, and Paul, who's here, knows this a lot. There was, so we were the bottle service girl. First there was a girl I met. It was the first time we were ever hanging out. We were just at the pool, and I needed.
Oh, so this is like a girl that you're like.
I met. I was like interested in her, and
okay.
Yeah, it's the first time we hung out. We had been hanging out for like 20 minutes. It's like, I think I'm going to need you to film a video now, which is like wildly embarrassing. But how else are you going to do it?
This is the first impression this girl got is you jumping up and down and you're bathing
Yeah, well, how else would I get the video? And I have to get the video. I'm a slave to the game. It's like, all right, he just
You are.
Yeah, it's like this video.
You had
just
to get
came
the video out.
Has to come
You
out
had no
quickly.
choice.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know how
That's
to
a sacrifice.
I don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna need you to film a video of me like being an idiot, basically. So those
It's
are the
even worse
dreams.
because it's like a TikTok.
Oh,
like
big
you
time.
had to tell her, hey, I need you to film a TikTok of
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
Of me dabbing.
Twice. We did twice because the bunny hop didn't like add up. I don't know what move that was. I called it the bunny hop when he was like doing this thing, but whatever.
Yeah. Gosh.
Went viral.
Man.
I'm getting good at TikTok.
Yeah. No, you're moving up in the food chain.
All right. Boomer. We got Zoomer versus Boomer.
Let's do it.
So this game we've played before, but basically these are intended to be famous people, either from Josh's generation, my generation. We didn't hit any of them the first time we played it, but see who recognizes it, if we both get it, how famous. So this is the second time we've played the game. 0% hit rate the first time.
Oh. Fuck, I don't know the name.
Mel Gibson. Wow.
I was on the same page.
Dude, I
You
was
know the
on
face.
set with his son. I did an independent movie with his son.
That's even worse. How do you not know? Have you ever seen Braveheart?
No.
Damn. Maybe the one of the best movies of all time. Watch Braveheart. Do me a favor. Watch Braveheart.
All right, I will.
It's unbelievable. Ugh. I have no idea.
I know this guy. Kid Leroy.
Ricky Schroeder. I have no fucking clue. Like Silver Spoons.
No, he's a rapper. Kid Leroy.
This guy's a rapper?
Yeah.
A famous rapper?
yeah.
How old is he?
Really famous now, actually.
He's young. He's popping right now, though. I think he's only 17 or 18.
Yeah.
What?
He's the one that did the Addison Rae song, right? The first one?
Yeah, I think so. And then he was also like mentored by Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh, you know
Yep.
now.
Now Dave educated himself.
Huh. Is he like a hard rapper?
It's a little bit like I wouldn't say he's necessarily like hard. No.
Huh.
He doesn't try to display himself
yeah,
as
right.
something he isn't.
Okay. Kid Leroy, yeah. You're never going to get this.
Yeah, there's not even a point.
Brianna, nothing.
Nothing.
Hootie and the Blowfish, Darius Rucker.
Oh, Darius Rucker. Wait. You sing Darius Rucker.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get it to him.
All right, let me hold on.
You're a big fan, right?
I've actually sang with him, actually. I got to get a beat, though. Sometimes my brain, let her cry.
I need a little like taste of his music. Dave, start singing for us here.
Yeah.
I've sung on the show before. It's your turn.
Do you not know this song?
Nope.
Nobody knows this song except me.
Are you gonna start singing it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the fucking hook. You and me come from different worlds. You like to laugh at me when I talk to other girls.
Other girls?
It's a great Hootie and the Blowfish's fucking Electric Factory.
That was electric.
Great.
That and Pearl Jam. Oh, I know her. Madison Beer.
Nope. That is James Charles.
Shut up.
That is James Charles.
Oh my God.
Is he dressed as Madison Beer?
He's just dressed as a girl.
Yeah, he's just makeup on fleek.
You really thought you
in.
had that too.
I did think I had that.
You totally thought that was Madison Beer.
I need to see a side by side of Madison Beer and her. I feel.
I know. I'm just waiting for Dave. Hopefully, Dave can get it this time.
David Dobrik?
Dude, you've had him at Barstool before.
This guy?
Yes, and he was on the game last time.
He was on what?
He was on Zoomer Boomer last time too.
Who?
But also, I think he's been to the office.
Kai.
Close.
Cody Co.
Cody Co. I'll get him eventually.
He's been to the Barstool offices. I'm like,
but
100%
not with
sure.
me.
No.
Oh, that's fuck. I'm not gonna get the name.
Even I'm my brain's so dead. He's the Spurs, Wake Forest, Tim fucking what's his fucking face, all-time Hall of Fame basketball player. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a basketball
No,
player.
no. I can't leave this because I'll get crucified. My brain is broken. What the fuck's his name?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. Yeah.
He got that before you.
Someone probably told him. My brain dies. I was having a mental breakdown with my brain.
Oh, you guessed him last week.
Little Pump.
Hell yeah.
Ironically, like I thought they were baiting me into saying Little Pump, so I just didn't do it again.
Emma Chamberlain.
What does she do?
She's a YouTuber.
Really famous on YouTube. Yeah.
She was like filming with the Vlog Squad actually for a little bit, but she blew up before she started filming with them.
It's a fire shirt.
She's models for
dope.
Louis Vuitton.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
She must be gorgeous then.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Oh, Lil Xan. Hey, you know he went to the hospital for eating too many bags of hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
That can't be.
He had to get no. He had to get like his stomach pumped, I think.
What does he do?
Raps.
He raps.
So if you want to rap now, you got to just like have your face in tattoos, basically.
Yeah, and Lil something.
Lil Xan. He takes a little bit of Xans and then 9 bags of flaming hot Cheetos and gets put in the hospital.
I think you're gonna know this.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle.
Good. Yep,
let's go. Fuck yeah, love it.
So I wonder if that's how you like truly generational fame. Like you nailed that. I knew that right away. That's the first one that we've both been like easy. All right. So that's Boomer Zoomer. Always an interesting game. I'm gonna get roasted for Tim Duncan's name.
Yeah, I got messed up for not knowing prime time.
Yeah, well, but primetime's in my thing, my generation. The Duncan.
See, I think if I saw a picture of him like now, like if I would have seen a picture of what he looked like now, I would have probably been able to guess it. But I just might not have been able to guess because I've watched like him on Part of My Take.
Yeah, no, he's great.
But I didn't. I'm not a big football guy either. So.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up, this week's episode with Ask BFFs. You can send in questions, #AskBFFs, and on your TikTok to ask a question. So that's good. I don't know how many we're sending in. So, Brianna, you have the questions.
Yes. Okay. First one is from Rybo from Australia. Who is the most famous person to slide into your DMs?
He probably has better than I do.
I think I get a lot of like slide into like flirt or what?
Anyway, just like someone famous.
Camille Cabello came into my DMs one time.
Oh shit! Wow.
But it wasn't like a flirting thing.
What did she have to say?
She asked me to do a shout out for her sister, like a birthday shout out.
Oh, okay.
I had, and it's totally different. Who's Arnold Schwarzenegger's like wife asked me to do a birthday shout out? That reminded me. Oh no, not birthday, like a Michigan thing. Her son went to Michigan. I'm trying to think, sliding in. I mean, there's a million different people that I've spoken with sliding in. Tana Mojo, who's on the podcast next week, slid into my DMs at one point.
Like trying to flirt?
Yeah, I think so. We can ask her.
We got to pull those up next week.
We can ask her.
Yeah, we got to get those for the podcast.
Yeah. But I guess there's nothing that totally jumps out at me. Like, they're all guys. It's very few girls, but guys will reach out, ask, and do something. But I can't think of anything off besides her.
Okay. Second question, what is your weirdest fan interaction, if you have one?
I've had 3 cars pull up before when I was just walking down the sidewalk, like these 3 SUVs, right? Like black tinted out windows. And then they all just stopped in the middle of the road. And I was just walking on the sidewalk. Like just 12 people hop out of the cars and all start running towards me at once. Thought I was about to get like jumped or something. Turned out just to be like a bunch of 18-year-old girls. So I was in the clear, but that was just weird.
They were stalking you.
Paul says he has something.
Do you have one?
Oh.
What happened?
So, do you know what Coyote? I feel like we asked. I mentioned this because I feel like I asked you about this before. Coyote Ugly. Last week, did I mention this to you guys?
No.
Do you know what Coyote?
I don't think so.
Do you know what Coyote Ugly is?
Nah.
It's a bar where like it became famous because like the girls dance on the bar. Like Tyra Banks, like supermodel.
Yeah.
She was in the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've heard about the name. Yeah.
So it's actually like a full-blown movie. And we were in Miami. I'm going there a lot. So there's the movie about it. And like the girl who started it, her name's Joanna. So she's in the movie. She's a person. I told Paul, we were there. I'm like, hey, I met the woman who started Coyote Ugly, who owns her. And he's like, Joanna? I'm like, yeah, Joanna. So later that evening, we bump into her again, and she aggressively wanted to, like, fuck me. She probably don't want to. Oh. I mean, and we were, like, with other girls. She walked right in, and she's, like, as in the face of these other girls who she deemed too young, and was just aggressively, weirdly hitting on me.
No, I get what you're saying. Was she pulling like the let me know when you want, like?
I said I was engaged. I said one of the girls I was with, I'm like, I'm engaged. Just to be like,
weird.
Yeah. Yes.
How old is she?
She paid our whole bill. She paid like a cabana.
So you lied to her and said you were engaged to get out of it.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
How old is she? Is she older?
And then she just grabbed me. She's like, do not get engaged to this girl. I'm like, and then I told the other one, like, I told the girl, I'm like, she says I shouldn't get married to you. She's like, well, that's kind of rude. Yeah, she's older than me, a little bit older. She was also had a couple drinks. She'll probably kill me for also saying this.
For saying
Paul,
this.
Yeah, right. It wasn't a story.
You're gonna send some fucking coyotes after me.
It was not a story I was gonna tell, but she aggressively. She was into, I think her reputation is somebody who just speaks her mind and like doesn't take shit from anybody. And I think she kind of saw me and her with the business model. So she was the combo of alcohol, sun, seeing me again. It was a very, very awkward interaction. And it didn't end. It was like an hour.
That's the worst when it's like one you can't get out of, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're stuck in it.
It was an hour of her looking at me, looking at the girls, being like, these girls are not good enough for you. Like, right to their face.
God, I would have had to, like, drink a lot at that bar just to be able to sit at that dinner.
It was something. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's everything. That was a good podcast. So we'll figure out our schedule. Who knows with Christmas break what we're going to do, but that was a good episode.
Heck yeah, man.
All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.